the laws here just make absolutely no sense, and this is one of the biggest reasons why I hate living here.
This is Hirosue Ryoko, and she's in the news right now because she got caught having an extramarital affair, and she made an apology, an official apology, on Instagram. So you can see on her official Instagram account, after being suspended indefinitely by her agency over reported extramarital affair with a celebrity chef. What's interesting about this particular story is that it shows how Hollywood in Japan works, and to be quite frank, how shame is still a thing in Japan. But the reason I bring this up is because many foreigners come to different countries and they try and impose their values onto the new countries, and it gives a kind of taste of, I want to colonize the country that I'm going to be like the country that I came from, and it just has a sense of not just entitlement, but quite frankly, colonization.
Bro, I'm in Korea right now, and tell me why Korea fucking hates fat people, okay? They literally give out diet pills and like this for free, okay? And they tell you if you're fat, they deadass tell you, oh, you won't fit those clothes, okay? This is free size. I'm sorry, no trying on.
Hirosue made this apology, which is translated into English. My thoughtless behavior has caused trouble and worry to many people. I let my fans down. Everyone, I'm really, really sorry. Now, at first glance, you would think, well, it's just a normal apology and she just is trying to move on with her, career. But this is just a symbol of the way things are done here. And so she is essentially trying to reclaim her career and maybe even trying to save her family. But one thing that happened when this article was posted online in English is that you had a lot of people imposing Western ideals and Western standards on this behavior. And a lot of the ridicule pointed to the fact that I don't understand why she has to do this, because in the West, things are just different. And it just has this feel of the fact that we do things correctly in the West, and we're here to colonize or change the way that you live your life because we're doing it correctly.
What are you doing? We don't do that here.
First comment, her private life, her regret should be also private. It has nothing to do with the agency. When will intimidating women end in this country? Fancy actress dating a chef. She should be ashamed. I bet she could do better. Don't be sorry. If it makes you happy, then keep doing it. Nobody's business but your own. Of course, she's married with 2 children.
Don't scare me like that, Colonizer.
Yet they virtually never do the same for male talent. It's always the female talent that are shamed. Talk about shaming the woman. Her private life is her own. No need to apologize. Is this chef being made to apologize? Even then, it's a matter for the peoples involved, nothing to do with her agency or the world. Big deal. Japan is so backwards.
You're not happy in the US, if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
We're about to enter into an election cycle, and one of the things you're going to hear over and over again is, if you don't love America, then leave it. And that's just part of the way America does things. We're brash, we have strong ways of looking at the world, and we believe that the way we believe is the right way, and it makes it difficult for us to compromise, or better yet, assimilate. But that said, imagine the amount of arrogance it takes to go into another person's country and say the way that you're doing things, your laws, your social norms are wrong. You should be more like us. And to be honest with you, it's an affliction, if you will, that a lot of Americans carry with ourselves overseas. I had it because we think growing up in the country that is the envy of every other country in the world, and if a country doesn't want to be like us, then there's something wrong with them. But then when you spend enough time overseas, you start to understand that, well, the people that want to go to America, they go. And the people that don't want to go to America, they don't go either.
Oh, yes.
All right, here I go. Ooh.
If you were to Google the phrase skihana in Japanese lettering, as you can see in the top left of the screen, you would get a lot of pictures of people basically showing pictures of flowers, because essentially what it means is to like flowers. Google the same phrase in America and you get various pictures of this young lady. Would it be right for Americans to say this is the true meaning of the word skihana, or to like flowers? Because in the same vein, you would essentially be saying, if your country is not doing live shooter drills, then there's a problem with your country. And when people around the world look at America doing things of this nature, they think, well, if America's doing things like this, why don't they change? And it's essentially the same attitude that many people carry overseas, saying, why don't you do things the way that we do things back home? When I see this apology, what it tells me is that there is a full independent culture that operates outside of the purview of the way that I judge it. Instead of me being someone who's trying to change the culture or casting my opinions on the culture, it is better for me to just simply observe the culture, and if I choose to be in the country that I'm in, then I assimilate to that culture. And if I don't like the culture, I can pack my bags and go back to America, where quite simply a woman of this stature not only would not apologize, she would leave and say, I'm not happy and I want to get half the money that he has, or I want to take the kids and take my family and blow it up and go find happiness. If that's the kind of society that you would like to stay in, you probably should stay where you are. If you think that she's oppressed and she can't live her life a certain way that she wants to, I would dare say that she has enough money that if she wanted to go to America, she would have very little difficulty as an actress who probably has hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to America, get a green card, and relocate there and live the life that she wants to. I personally have dealt with a level of arrogance in thinking that everything around me was not right because it's not what I was used to. But one thing that's very important for people who are going to travel is to understand that people have ways of doing things that have worked for years before you were even born. Be mindful of that when you're going overseas and trying to assimilate as opposed to quote unquote colonize. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'll catch you guys next video. Take care, guys.